There are special considerations for students who are going on to college first. We have to teach our students that they need to self-identify to the Office of Disabilities in order to receive protections under the Americans with Disabilities Act. The protections under ADA are different from those under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The accommodations and modifications that may have been utilized in the IEP throughout elementary and high school years may no longer be protected under ADA. For example, in high school, your child may have received an accommodation to have a reduced assignment in certain classes, but that wouldn't be protected under ADA. An important step in self-advocacy is to review the specific accommodations and modifications in your child's IEP with them. Make a plan to visit or speak with a representative from the college campus Office of Disabilities to gain an understanding of which accommodations may continue to occur and which ones need to be faded over time.
My name is Michael Mandel. I'm 22 years old. I'm a senior at the University of Missouri studying journalism. I've had Asperger's syndrome my whole life, and I've just seen it as something that I've embraced and been able to deal with, and it's something that I think has been in a lot of ways a struggle for me, but also in a lot of ways beneficial because it's provided me with some strengths and some opportunities that other people might not have. I think I was always going to college. I don't think that was ever something I questioned. I think part of my desire for journalism was because I've just always been obsessed with sports. And I'd always liked writing and stuff, so that those kind of work together. A lot of things with autism, people talk about how like they can't feel empathy for people, or they can't feel like sympathy or like feelings about like somebody they're talking to. There was a part of me that wanted to show myself that I was able to do those things, and I think that played a big part of it. I think the start of college was really difficult for me because it was adjusting to like a changing environment that was so different from what I was used to at home. And for that reason, I really didn't adjust for my first semester. It was just kind of about hanging on and getting through it. And then I think once second semester rolled around and I was able to, realize that this is the reality of the situation. Like you're not around your parents anymore. You're going to have to like adjust to this for the next 4 years of your life while you're in here, that I was able to accept it and just see where I needed to be and what I needed to do to make that second semester better, and I think it really helped. My first 2 weeks working with like the Missourian and stuff, I kind of struggled there at first because I didn't know like how to get into like the swing of things. But I think once after like my first month or so, I really figured it out. And I was able to get my editors to like me, which is like probably the biggest thing. Once you have somebody's respect, like you can really, it really goes a long way because like you have, number one, if they trust you to do more, you can do more. You can take more risks. I think that's something that my professors have stressed to us, that like this is the only place you can take risks. I think challenging yourself is important because it's the only way you can try to test how far you've come and like what you can do. When you're a journalist, you're going to have to interview like all types of people who do want to talk to you, people who don't want to talk to you, and I think that there are a lot of people with autism who think they can't do that, or they haven't been told that they can do that, and I think that it's important to know that like you can. I think it's important not to run away from social situations because you're running away from chances to deal with things, and like you're like running away from like something that's such a big part of your life. Because interacting people is just like so important, and it's just like such a natural thing to do, and it's such an important thing to be able to do.
We can achieve successful transition to employment. It's important to start the process early and work collaboratively to develop the soft skills and provide job experiences before high school graduation. When we work together to accomplish successful transition to employment, we're working to improve the quality of life of adults with autism.
I don't know what the future holds. All I know is that I didn't know what the future held when Sam first got diagnosed, and it's turned it out to be wonderful. So I'm quite confident that even though I don't have all the answers today, and I probably won't have them tomorrow, the future's going to look bright.
Keller's future is unwritten. for a reason. I refuse to believe that he can't do something because he has autism. I think that he can learn how to do it in spite of it. And so for me, I put no boundaries on it whatsoever.
I think the opportunities for Thomas in the future, they're open. I mean, it's whatever he wants to do, just because he has so many wonderful skills that he has as a person. I mean, he loves to mow the yard, and he loves to do artwork, he loves to play sports. So I see him as a really well-rounded individual, and that's just a parent's dream come true.
I don't really know what the future holds. I want Rye to work. I want Rye to live in his own apartment. I think that Rye can do all of those things. I want Rye to have every advantage that my other son has, and Rye shouldn't be any different just because he happens to be on the autism spectrum. I don't know, I mean, he's been building a space shuttle in our basement for about 4 years. He may fly that out to the moon for all I know. But I mean, I want what every parent wants for Rye, and I don't think I want anything different just because he happens to have autism.
If you would have asked me what the future looked like for Dora after she got diagnosed, was a dependent child, a child that would be dependent on her family and her parents for the rest of her life. But now her future is really, I believe, is as bright as she wants it to be.
Every step you take in life is going to get harder. But you can't stop. You know, you can't stop life. You'll have bumps in the road. I had a bump in the road. It was bigger than, I'm sure, some of the other kids, but I still made it. I remember a famous person once saying, Jimmy V once said, a great life isn't full of millions. A great life can involve just laughing, having fun, and crying. That's a heck of a day.